Yo, it's your boy KaY. I'm here with my boy, you know who, and we're here for another segment of Question Mark.
Huh?
Meditating or?
Nah, man, I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Come on, maybe why?
Yeah, but I really got.
Not why, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, but I really. All right, I'll just hold it. Forget it. What we got?
This is rough.
Nah, it's cool. Listen, man, we here. You know what I mean? The sacrifice we make for the people. It's for the people. So you know, I'm a dude. I got this. You know what I mean? Real men, just hold it. So let's go.
All right. So, question mark.
Let's go.
The pros and cons of being in an interracial relationship. This is the bombshell right here. This is a doozy.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let you go first. What do you think the pros and cons of actually? You know?
This can of worms.
You want me to open up the can of worms? You want me to open up this can of worms? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you know it can get real, man. The conversation can get real thick. Yeah, I'll let you open.
It can get real thick. It can. Okay. So let me tell y'all. Okay. So the pros of being in an interracial relationship is, if you want to have, these are the pros. If you want to have, you know, some tropical babies, you want to have a couple tropical babies, you know what I mean? You know, one of them little pineapple babies, right? You want, right?
Pineapple babies. Right.
You want to have a pineapple baby, you know what I mean? A little, you know, Tahitian treat baby, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, oh, where did you get that kid from? You know, then that's cool. Another pros is, you know, when you cut the lights out, you know, obviously the person's a little lighter than you. So, you know, you can see him in the dark. That's listen, I'm just keeping it honest with you. You can, you know, because when y'all both dark in the dark, that's when y'all gotta use your, you know, you gotta listen. You know what I mean?
I want to see your teeth.
I'm over here. You better smile. I can't see you. The lights is out. Get a candle. You know, so that's another one. That's a, you know, another pro I would say is now another pro I would say is that you're learning another culture. All right. So you know the thing about it, if you dating Hispanic, Italian, you know, Indian, whatever nationality you're drawn to, every woman you're drawn to, just understand you have to learn their culture. So you're learning a whole new culture. Now, here are the cons.
This is the doozy. All right.
Hey, here are the cons.
I don't know how deep you're going in these waters, but they can go pretty deep. So, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared.
Be prepared. Okay, so if you are a black man and a white woman, y'all driving down the road, you get pulled over. I am letting you know. I am letting you know right now. I'm going to tell y'all, ladies, okay? You know, and even if it's because sometimes it's a white guy with a black girl, you cannot escape blackism. Now, what is blackism? Do you want to know what blackism is?
Nah, man, this is all you on this one.
Get my face shot off. All right. Anyway, so
I took too many bullets on the internet already. You know what I mean?
So blackism is basically this. This is a socially, how people are socially viewed, no matter what. Okay. Now, you're fortunate enough to actually get people who actually support you as a black person or as a black male or female. So when you're in an interracial relationship, you have to understand that there is going to be a social disconnect when y'all dealing with each other. What you have to deal with, another person will not have to deal with, okay? And, you know, you might say, well, you know, oh, well, honey, let's go to Mississippi. Y'all can't go to Mississippi, ever. You can't go to Alabama, ever. And if you do, you just need to be prepared to run. That's all I got to say about that. Y'all need to be prepared to run. Now, there's other relationships that are, you know, socially, interracial relationships that are socially acceptable, you know, Blacks and Hispanics, because y'all both minorities. So it's not that bad. You have, even sometimes you have Blacks and Indians. That's not that bad, even though sometimes you might have other people.
Indians or Native Americans?
Indians. Now I'll get to the Native Americans, or we'll get there. So anybody who's more closer to the dark skin complexion, you can get away with a little bit, okay? But the lighter they are, the harder it is, okay? Now we're gonna talk about, you know, the pros and cons of having an interracial child. The pros and cons of having an interracial child is this, all right?
Look over at me like, yo, you jump in at any time. It's like,
yeah, you can jump in at any time. You're really not going to. Okay.
I know I got some bullets in the future for me on social media.
All right, so the pros and cons of having an interracial child. The pros is, like I said, you're not pineapple babies. The con is that your child is going to grow up socially confused. Okay, so that's another thing you have to accept, that your child will not know whether to be Black or be white, and whether they're going to be socially accepted by these different social groups, okay? Now, I am keeping this extremely professional. There's a lot of people who will probably just give you an extreme uneducated answer. This is the most educated answer you will ever get from anybody.
And I will back this up. I have dated biracial women before, and it is when I say biracial, I mean Black, like mixed with white. It's the hardest. You know what I mean? And I've even heard it in music from, like, you know, J. Cole, some of his experiences, Logic and some of his experiences. But it's like, Logic is more on the white side of things. For the people who are more obviously Black, it is difficult because you're not really socially accepted as 100% Black by Black people. And from what I've seen, white people just don't accept you. Like, it's partial, like, acceptance.
Yes.
But like I said, I'm not going to say too much.
So the thing you have to understand is that when you know, at the beginning phase of everything, it's cute. It's really cute. Because trust me, I'm not saying this because I am, you know, aloof and I've never dated white women or Black women. You know, for me, it's about who you are as a person. If I connect with who you are as a person, cool. That's stage one. Stage two is really just me understanding what kind of prejudice do I have to deal with. Now, the thing you have to understand is that when it comes to different social groups, I call them social groups for a reason, because you have different cultures, races, everything like that. When it comes to different ones, you have to understand at the end of the day, you're going to deal with prejudice within that culture because they're not accustomed to how you operate. You might eat chicken, they might eat curry. You might eat, you know, tuna fish, right? Tuna fish, regular salad. They might eat, you know, what is that? What's that thing that people, what do you call it? The tuna melt salad or something like that?
Oh, yeah, tuna melt.
Yeah, the tuna melt thing, right? It might be different reasons of why y'all, you know, just disconnect, okay? Now, love is the only way this relationship is going to work. I'm going to say that one more time. Love is going to be the only reason this relationship works. Understanding is going to be another one. And learning to just shut up is another reason your relationship is going to work. Okay? Don't be in denial if you're with a Black man or a Black woman. Okay, why are they pulling you over? Why are you upset? That just doesn't make sense. You should not be mad. But you have to understand that they're just prejudice that just goes on in the world that nobody can escape. And this is their reality. So the only thing that's going to save you in your relationship is the love that you have for each other. That's the only thing. Because trust me, the hate is coming.
Mm-hmm.
The hate is coming, okay? Now, that's the reason why I was watching this thing on YouTube one time. Now, there are some people where socially, they look at a white woman dating a black man as a white woman downgrading,
Mm-hmm.
right? That was on a YouTube video I read. I watched actually. Yeah, but that was on a YouTube video. But the thing you have to understand is that it's really in both ways. Because you might have a black man who might get with a white woman, and for real, he's actually saving himself. There's a lot of things he's going to deal with, but a lot of things he's saving himself from, right? So you might say, okay, well, why do black men get with white women?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Listen, I back up everything he's saying, though. I might not be saying nothing in the video, but I back everything he's saying because it's very true. Everything he's saying is true. And at the end of the day, I don't want this to discourage anyone from dating whoever. Listen, I'm a person who loves art and culture. So for me, I will date anybody, right? Provided that they connect with me on a like mental or emotional level, whatever it is that connector piece is, because that's more important, seeing a person's heart more than anything else. You know what I mean? I back everything you say. I'm just not saying anything because you guys have killed me for less. You know what I mean? For less. So I already know y'all gonna kill me in the future, but I'm letting him take this one to reins. You know, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully he doesn't get killed. But everything that he's saying though is very true. It's like, and that like, this might be the thing that people don't want to talk about, but it's in the world nonetheless. Just look at the many instances out there where people have dated someone who is not the same color as them and the negatives that have happened to them. So these are real things. That shouldn't be a discouragement. Just know what will make the situation better is just being aware and not being in denial. Because I have a friend who was white who dated a girl that was black, and that situation went all, like, it was good for a long time, but it fell apart because he just would not accept certain things. He just couldn't see it because he just never lived it. And so for him, it was just unfathomable. But it's like, and unfortunately, I don't really talk to him that much either because we had a conversation that he couldn't accept.
Right.
Certain things. So again, but you know, that's just, like I said, that's what it is. You have to accept the truths and then work around the truths, create parameters and barriers. But I'm going to let you continue.
Okay. So the reason why black men date white women. Okay. So for all my sisters out there, I know y'all get ready to be like, I don't understand why do they? I don't like, what is the reason? Like, we have everything. And you're right. You're 100% right. Y'all do have everything. Here's the reason why. Is because socially, society has beaten men into being emasculated.
They've neutered men.
So, the men that you want, the men that you love, the men that you admire and want him to be, for him to be that, he has to overcome the hurdle within himself and society in order for him to be the man that you respect. And he also has to be smart enough not to go and try to change the world. Now, why is it that most men want to deal with white women, especially if they're black? Well, here's the reason. The reason is because white women are designed, specifically, are designed for, are like socially accepted. So you might, if you see someone that's more of a lighter complexion and things like that, you're going to look at, okay, well, it's more socially accepted. and more people are looked at as like, you know, on a status level. So some people are up here, some people are down here. Is it true? No. But this is how things are. Okay? So when you see a black man get with a white woman, I'm going to tell you the truth. Outside of love, outside of being in love with somebody, because you can't control who you fall in love with, it's a business decision. It's basically like you're trying to find the best representative for you so that you can progress in your career and in your life. Okay? Now, can you have two black women, a black man and a black female actually work together? Yes. Yes. Look at Barack, look at Michelle. Okay, that is very true. You can have that. But again, you have to have a woman who now understands what you're doing and what the struggle is that you're struggling with as well. And not every woman is willing to take the time to understand that. And they might not understand why you want to put yourself out there to progress to that level. They just won't know. So when it comes to interracial relationships at the boiling point of it all, okay? All right, so I know some people probably feel how they feel about it. Some people might be mad, some might be upset. I want y'all to understand, I am not choosing sides. What I am telling you is that when you're dealing with people, if you love them, understand their culture, understand the things that they're going to deal with, understand the pros and cons of their culture, and understand them. Because if you love a person, you can't just say, oh, I love her because she got straight hair. Or I love her because her hair is, she got an afro. Or I love him because he's a black man, and he mandingo. And he real good in the bedroom. Because once all that goes away, trust me, the police will knock at the door. Trust me. And when it gets real and the flashlights is in your face, don't say you don't know him. Because that will jam him up. Okay? You with him till black do you part. Now listen to what I said. I didn't say deaf. I said black. Till black do you part. Y'all are together. Okay? So that's the thing you just have to understand. Outside of all of that, if you love somebody, love them. Just take the time to understand what they got to deal with, what they got to go through. And just also accept that you just don't understand. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes it's actually good to just say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand nothing you're saying. I don't understand because I don't got to deal with it. So the thing you just have to understand is that, okay, because you don't understand, this is the part where you say, can you help me understand? Or what can I do to make this relationship actually work so that me and you can stay together? Because I really love you and I really want this to work. Just admit that you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm going to just say this last thing and then I'm going to go. For all the people out there who are confused about whether they should use the N-word or not, whether you white, okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. Whew, it's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough. I'm going to let you say your thing.
No, go ahead. What are you going to say before I go in?
Oh, I was going to say that I know I have a controversial take on the N-word all day. All right, here it is. All right, so I don't like the word period at all. Mm-hmm. No matter who says it. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Marcus Garvey, all them people did not die for us to use the N-word as black people. I know that we're trying to take, control of the word, but the more we dominate pop culture, this, that, and third, and blah, 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 and just not to mention outside of that, outside of us making it look cool to say, we send mixed signals on that because we make it seem cool because everything that we as black people, most of the time in pop culture, we can make we're the ones
seem cool.
But also, here's this too: for the powers that be that run things, in their eyes, we will always be the N-word. So as my age as I've grown, higher in age, I've just had to accept that no matter which way you slice it, whether it's black people or the powers that be, being most of the time them being old white people, I'm just going to be an N-word no matter where I go. So, and I understand that with how I create controversy at times, not intentionally, but it just happens. I know that if I was to date a white woman, oh, she's probably going to call me the N-word one day. She's going to get pissed and she'll call me that. And you know what? Oh, well, because that's how the world sees me anyway. That's my conversation. The world's going to see it that way no matter what. Whether you're black, white, no matter what color, because we make it cool on this end over here in pop culture, and then we get mad when other people say it. I don't like the word no matter what. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle. So,
yeah. So this is my take on it, and I'll tell you this. If you're in the bedroom,
oh, it's hilarious. Oh, man.
If you're in the bedroom, I would say it's okay. As long as it's used as foreplay. I would say that outside of that, you need to say, is this the environment where I can just be comfortable and open with? Because you have to understand that if you, let's say, for example, if I had a girl, she was black, and she was, or Italian, or whatever culture she is, and she was like, she wasn't considered the quote unquote minority. Like when somebody would look at her, they'd be like, nah, she's white. Now it would say, okay, well, is this the environment to use it in? So I would say to you this. I would say that you want to take the time to understand that, okay, when should educate the person on when they shouldn't. Because they're going to. Because it's in every song. It's in everything that we do. You know what I mean? It's literally like a characteristic. For like, if you really think about it, we don't even have names. Yo, what's up, man? You don't have a name anymore. Yeah. So you have to understand when is the right time to use it, especially in relationships, especially if you're going to be dealing with people who have other family who may be black and stuff like that. And they may not be comfortable with that because they may be a little bit old school. They may not be accustomed to how things have changed. And also that, honestly, they will see it as really degradation. Like I said, if it's only in the bedroom, I can see that because, that's the only moment where degradation is legal. But anything outside of that, you have to take the time and actually, talk to you and your person that you're with and ask them if they're comfortable with it. Just respect them enough with that because, and also keep in mind that when you're around them, that, is this the right time that it is okay if I say it or not? Ask for that because what you don't realize that it does, it gives, if it's not the right time, socially allows for you to degrade them, which allows for you to disrespect them on a social level, which makes it seem as if though you don't respect them at all. So that's the reason why people go back and forth about whether they should use it or not. It's really because they don't want to socially degrade people on a consistent basis. They just want to be cool. And sometimes being cool, there's a price to being cool. So if you're in a relationship, y'all both listening to Kendrick Lamar or listening to Drake or whatever, it's cool. But you have to understand to have respect for each other and to have respect to not disrespect the person inadvertently, because you might not mean it, but again, when that person hears it and you say it around people they know, you will be disrespecting them.
Yep. And because of that, that's the reason why you get people who get attacked when saying those words. So
yes. So and as far as this episode of Question Mark, you know, I love all of you guys. I love you all. We're all, you know, brothers and sisters. We're all friends.
We're very progressive.
Yeah. You know, I love you from my heart, you know. And, you know, our differences is what makes us beautiful. So it's not a bad thing. It's just taking the time to actually care about each other enough to care about what we say and how we say and what we do. And also understanding what people have to endure on a daily basis that most times people just don't know. And just take that time to take in consideration the people that you are in a relationship with and you're dealing with. Keep in mind, your kids are going to struggle with stuff like this. Growing up, they're going to be confused. They're going to feel white and be black on the outside. They're going to feel, you know, like they're white and be black on the inside. So, you know, they're going to be confused, you know, but I think at the end of the day, the most important thing in anything is really understanding each other and loving each other. You do those two things, anything can work. All right. So, did I do pretty good?
Listen, man, I feel like people will accept it from you a lot better than they will me. So I guess that's about as good as it's going to get.
All right. That beat. That's all, folks. See you later. Peace.